Cincinnati. Tonight we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow on play action. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run with Mixon. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. That 4th down decision, unconventional but effective. And they indeed come up now with a 1st and 10, a fresh set of downs. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Full run show Fatukasi. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Lawrence. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals TD. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps in early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people can't expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quicker.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals TD. And Charles, it's now a two-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick six, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for six? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Josh Allen buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Offline, ready?
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down, as this time they get an even 20. Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Now Burrow on 1st down. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down. To the air again, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Burrow looking to pass. The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. That's caught one more time by Boyd.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Again, it's Burrow.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. This is caught, and he'll be out of bounds. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Burrow going to keep it on the sneak.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Burrow, as the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 21-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
And this one is incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Now Lawrence.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 34.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
So second and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Now Burrow down around his goal line. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described, a defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here we go, here we go. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
After the pick six, here's Burrow again.
To the right side and complete to Hurst. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Flush to his right.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a counter too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. There, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down.
Here we go, here we go.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on 3rd down. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk, 35 yards. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here. The 40. 20. He will score. Touchdown, Bengals.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Now with that, they could elect to take the ball at the 1 if they want.
Yeah, exactly right. They have options here. If they decide now to go for 2 after the penalty, the ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. But if they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 16.
Here's Lawrence.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 84 yards.
And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point try now for Patterson.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score. Bengals 35, Jaguars 21. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Go, go, go.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
But Charles,